to bring new peace to this land by giving our children vengeful hand. You don't believe in evil, then they're just men. If you fight fire with fire, you're just like them. An eye for an eye, time after time, eye after eye, till the whole world is blind. An eye for an eye, time after time, eye after eye, till the whole world is blind. The whole world. Lovers were fighters, our dreams will divide us. Cause we're sinners, I guess I'm a sinner. So you break us, we're broken. Our love is a token. Let me fight for one more day, one more. Lovers were fighters, our dreams divide us. Oh, we're sinners, maybe. So you break us, we're broken. Our love is a token. Let me love for one more day. Oh, let me fight. Let me love one more. Let me fight for one more day. Let me love one more. One more. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sometimes life feels like we're tied to something that we'd like to be free from. And if we're paying attention, we remember that right here in this place, in every class, in every service, in every practitioner session, we are reminded of something very powerful that can set us free. And that is, there is a spiritual principle, a universal truth that affirms, that knows, that proves that thoughts are things. That what you think, what you believe, what you feel, what you say, and how you show up creates your life. So whether we're just tied in the kitchen onto a chair and feel like we're stuck there, or whether we allow that experience to come out of us and become, hallelujah. That's our choice. That's our choice. I tried to hold all the amazing lyrics in today's song, abandoning everything I stayed up half the night thinking about. Anyway. The song that Rick sang that just brought me into this state of devotion. I open my heart to you. Whenever we're opening our heart to anything, our beloved people, the rose, the music, our new car, whatever feeling we're having, whatever we're opening our heart to, in fact, what we're really opening our heart to is the source of our life, to the divine you, to that you that provides everything, that put us in the place to receive the lyric in the first place, to have the wherewithal to remember it and write it down. And it's those things that untie us from the chairs that allow us the hallelujah in our life. Those things, they're everyday things. They're happening all the time. If we're paying attention, we use them. And my whole life, and probably many of yours too, is the journey from trying to control all of those things to trust them. That's really the spiritual path, from my way to thy way. Really. There's an amazing meditation sometime. We've done it, some of us, and we'll do it again. But it's, I am the branch and you are the vine. And we're going to have a healing service some Wednesday every month. And there's things we're going to do to take ourselves deeper into this which these two musicians ushered us into today, to open our heart to that which really already is, always has been, always will be, and only circulates itself through me, who becomes the gift of the giver. We are the gift of the giver. And the principle today is knowing that those things which we think, we believe, we say, we do, the vibration, the energy of how we live our life, those things are what create our life. That is the creative principle. Life creates using everything we give it. So are we settling for being tied to the chair and complaining about how the dishes are piling up and how people come in and they don't help? Or are we using that moment to say, where would I rather be? Or how would I rather be in the kitchen now? Honestly, it makes me want to weep at how powerful our choices are. And like you, I forget. And I get caught, and I react, and I don't worry much anymore, praise God. And I'm trusting more and more because I am working it, and that's the blessing of being a practitioner or a minister. It's our job to practice this stuff. So when in the song that Rick sang about open my heart, before the open my heart, there was a bunch of stuff like this. Life can be like this, not always so smooth. The choice to open our heart to the divine presence, to the love that has birthed us, that choice is a game changer. Right? Right. I think at one level or another, we've all made that choice. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here. We'd be playing another game. Right? So the principle is that law is creative and it uses us. It uses our thoughts, our words. The practice is to notice, are we stuck to the chair? Or are we setting ourselves free? Are we using the situation to change our thinking, or are we just resigned? Or are we blaming somebody, or are we wishing the chair would vanish with us in it? Or are we trying to rock back and forth and, boy, when I get them, or not? We all have our own ways. And we all have our own stages, and sometimes with some people we're as holy as can be. And with other people, we are just the boss or whatever, yeah. We all have these different parts, and, it's just life. It's great that we have those different parts, because what it means is we can choose how much to show up. So this month, it's about education. Did you notice as you came in, there's several beautiful rainbow colors? They look kind of like Diane's shirt. All the colors of the rainbow are out there today. Did you notice those things? Yes. And did you notice that on them there's all kinds of stuff written? So here's the instruction. If there is something you love about this community, pick up a pen at one of those tables, walk around and say, what do I love about seminars here? What do I love about youth ministry? What do I love about Sunday service from the time I walk in the door till the time I leave? What lifts me up? What do I love about member services? What do I love about any of those things that are there? Outreach. Put a heart around it and write it down so we know. You know what happens in relationships so often? I know you know this. We talk about what we don't like. How come you're still doing that after all these years? How many times have I asked you? Right? How many times do you, when you notice something wonderful, how many times you say, oh gosh, I feel so supported when you say that? Or, it makes me happy to feel this from you. Or, what are some of yours in your relationships that really, there's some wonderful couples in this community. There's some great models of relationship in this community that some of us who aren't in those models could look to. And if those who have got it handled could say to us, what really works for me is to notice how I feel, and am I giving to my partner the very best of me or not? That's a big part of relationship. The practice is to notice, to observe ourselves, and to realize, am I stuck in the chair, or am I choosing to be happy, to fly, to be in bliss? This month, we're focusing on how to become more available to life. More, like the flow, it's happening, whether we think about it or not. It's just always moving. But if we're stuck in our comfort zone and we're afraid to change, and we're not stepping outside of the familiar, it's going to just keep being the way it's always been. That's just the law. Hoping it'll be different is just crazy. Hope is not going to do it. And worrying about if it might always be the same is absolute negative future planning. So just stop that. And in fact, to help us stop it, a few years ago I created something with another minister, Mary Mitchell, and it's 40 days of consciously choosing. Now, some people call it Lent. And I remember when I was doing Lent, I'd give up the things that I loved too much, according to what I was told to do. But the real purpose of Lent is something else. It's cleansing. The real purpose of Lent is to clean ourselves and give ourselves a break from the things that are hard on us. And I don't think there's anything harder on us than the way we misuse this little thing. The way we think wrong thoughts and justify them. Now, I'm going to call Rick out on this in just a second. Just get ready. With great love, and my heart is totally open. But honestly, when Rick was talking about how easy it used to be and how hard it is to be a musician today, I wanted to stand up and say, that's not true. But I couldn't, because that's not in the script until now. Because it's so normal and tempting to argue for our limitation. Richard Bach said in one of those wonderful books, argue for your limitation and it's yours. You don't want that reality. don't either. And I don't want it for you. And so when we realize the power of our word, then we look at ourselves. The practice is, how am I doing? What am I using this larynx for? What am I using my heart for? How am I showing up? So this is a little 40-day program. It's not too late. Lent started, but we can do it. And we're fasting from limited thinking. And every day, there's just a little practice of 40 days. And there's simple things like today, I smiled at someone new. Today, I gave a gift of kindness to someone. Today, I noticed something kind that came to me. How did I feel? We've got to really get so that we notice how amazing life is, because that's the antidote to what the media tells us our life is like. Yes, hear, that's right. I cannot listen, rarely, because it's going to tell us what it wants us to know. And I don't want to be controlled by that low common denominator of duality. I do not. I want to find a way to keep my heart open to this infinite presence. And remember, I have a choice. I can be loving or not. I can be kind or not. I can be right or I can be successful. And I'm giving up being right. And it takes constant daily practice to see when I fall back on that. And so I know the power of that choice. And imagine the power as we, as a community, make a choice to notice our limited thinking and say, that is not the best of me. And to be open our hearts to that which is the best of us, which is we are born from an infinite presence of love and goodness, and we're born from it for it. We're born from it for it. The shamans say, feed the eagle. It's the same thing. Give life your best so that the ingredients that are available to everyone else in this quantum soup become sweeter, become more kind, so that war is not a choice, not because we fight it, which only makes it happen bigger. Think of your own wars. The more you resist that thing that just drives you crazy, the more you focus on it and the more there is of it. So forgive that thing, forgive yourself for all the past attention, and shift our attention to what is it we want. What is the love calling us to be? What is love saying to you? What is it asking from you? So everything we do here is designed to help us choose. We have this week, we're starting this community input. So all these beautiful tables are connected to different aspects of the church or the community. Go to them, write what you love, write what you'd love to see. If you want to be part of that thing which you'd love to see, put your name beside it. And if you're ready to step into leadership, circle your name. It's really simple. And then some of you will let me know today that you're willing to type up a page or two so that we can get it down and we can start working with it to bring back to us. I mean, this is a community. We're not going to do it all by ourselves. We do it together. So we have a huge opportunity to do something together. I forgot to talk about it in the first service. I am so happy to be able to talk about our choice to retire the 21K debt today. Hoo-hoo. We're not there yet, but I love that enthusiasm. That hoo-hoo can be connected to a check, a $10 bill, an online donation, and hoo-hoo, we will get there today. Not bad. I didn't even ask you to do that. The truth is, we are ready to move forward without dragging this debt behind us. We are moving into a whole new era with no debt in our budget. That's a real hoo-hoo. And the second hoo-hoo is, who amongst us can write a second check or take a second envelope today or go online and do a second gift? Now, I've already been given almost 10% today from people who knew I was going to be talking. So we've started. If you have the capacity to make a second donation to help us be debt-free, we owe $2,166 left on that 21K. That means we've paid over $19,000 in the past 2.5 months, and that is a real hoo-hoo, and I want us to finish it today. Today. If there's any doubt in your mind about what I'm asking, it's on the back. And you know why it's great to be able to do that? Because I'm inviting you into a higher level of participation. I'm inviting you to really, no kidding, no fooling, become an owner of this community, to become a stakeholder that has a vote, has a voice, and who's invested. You know, I started Weight Watchers 4 weeks ago. That's a big hoo-hoo for me. Who, me? I am so tired of carrying these extra 5 bags of potatoes around with me. And you know the first thing I heard in this week's meeting? What you value about your body, you will take care of. And you know what I thought? What we value about our community, we will take care of. It's the same deal. Doesn't matter whether you're a musician or a writer or mother, cleaning the streets or cooking in the kitchen. What you value about your life, you will take care of. And when you take care of it, you lift your vibration. And when your vibration is lifted, everything gets better and more juicy. And the lyrics just pop into your mind. And the choices just pop into your mind. And we up-level our community's vibration so that there isn't an empty seat here on any Sunday, on either service. That's waiting for us. We take the step. There's a survey out there, as well as these wonderful colored pieces of paper. There's a little 2-sided survey, 3 simple questions. What do you want? When do you want it? Yeah, right. And what's most important of those things that you want? And can you do any of that? Are you a facilitator? Do you have a topic you'd like to share? Please pick up a survey. Please read it. So today's talk has 5 more minutes. Teachable and reachable and teachable. The whole deal is, are we available to this thing that we're opening our heart to? I don't know about you, but I started opening my heart to it long before I allowed myself to open my heart to it here in the human realm. Oh, golly, it was so much easier to open my heart to the infinite presence of God. And it is really the greatest, powerfulest, joyfulest practice to learn how to open it wherever we are in our life, with our families, our neighbors, and their dogs, and all those things. The mailman who doesn't put the newspaper where it should be, and everything else. Our job is to open our heart. So how reachable are you? How open are you to the idea? Oh, what a beautiful sound. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Kids are so great. Imagine our youth church just filled to the brim with 2 age categories. We are ready to divide. We're ready to have a 11 and older group. Hold that vision with me. Know that truth with me. tell people that we're ready to accept their children. That's what it means to take ownership. Find one Sunday a month you want to go and play with those beloved teachers of ours. I mean, really, that's so much fun. Yes, they make your knees hurt. Oh, well. What the heck? You're going to have more fun. You're not going to be thinking about your knees. So, what is really, really important to close with, since I haven't gone there, what I understand is to be reachable means to be open, to be accessible, to be available. And to be teachable means to be willing to change. So if we're in our little comfort zone and you want to be reachable, you want more of this feeling everywhere you look, then get flexible with yourself. Be willing to give up the way you think it all has to be or all has to look or has to be done by this time or no more of that after, or just open it up and start saying what's going on and what parts, seem like fun to me. This is community. It's our community. So there is so many ways to play here. So many ways to set ourselves free. And the choice is ours. Nobody can do it for you. And nobody can do it for me. And we sing that in Daniel's song. It's up to me to dance down that road, right? Right. So I'm inviting the practitioners who are in service today to come and join me. I'm inviting anyone who is intending to be a practitioner to stand where they are or around the sides of the room here so that your intention is known and supported and shared by all of us. And if you've been a practitioner, up you get. That's right, Sue Gardner. That's right. There is something within us that wants to happen. Are you ready for something more of this amazing life to shine through you, the gift that you are?
Yes.
Yes. Well, then stand in your place if you'd like. Stand and affirm that for yourself. Yes.
Yes.
That is the truth of who we are. If you want more, stand up for it and value it. Blessed be. So let us pray. Whew. Wow, life is moving constantly through me. And I am becoming more and more willing to be more and more available to the gifts that are calling me. So if I haven't stood up yet, or if somebody here hasn't stood up yet, it's time. If there's something in you that really wants to shift, stand now for that, for yourself. Our eyes are closed, we won't notice. If there is something just for you to say to yourself, notice it. I really want to use my voice this way. I really care about this. I want to find my way to be more of that. Just stand for yourself. Value that thing about you. And just standing for ourselves allows us to take care of it. And when we forget, we see a practitioner and we say, remind me who I am. Life is so amazing. Always here for us to follow our direction. How teachable am I? How reachable am I? How willing to express this great abundance of life am I? And I choose to be more open, to be more available, to give more thanks for this amazing life, for it is the source of all that I dream of for me, for each one here, and for every being in this precious planet. I see peace on earth. I give thanks for it. And I choose to let it be so in my life and to see it all around me. Thank you, life. I am so blessed. And together we say, and so it is.